Hey everybody, welcome to the GMG review. Today we're taking a look at the Battletech Star League Command Lance. Now normally I don't do like a product review for like models, but this was actually kind of special and it was sent as a complimentary review copy by Catalyst Game Labs for Battletech. And the reason I wanted to cover it today is it actually has, to my knowledge, the first non-Tops WizKids pre-painted mech in it. There's an Alexander Kerensky Orion in this box. And so I thought it was worth talking about. Now, for those of you not super familiar with Battletech, the Star League is the first sort of like galactic civilization that humanity has emerged after the creation of a faster than light like travel system, or almost as fast as light travel system, the star drive that allows them to populate out into the galaxy in the far reaches. And its fall sets off the Succession Wars, which is the bulk of the storyline prior to the clans showing back up, and also the catalyst for the clans being created, where the Star League and actually a couple of the characters in this box sort of originate from. Now there are, in addition to that Orion, there are several very cool other mechs in here, such as an AS-7DH Atlas II, which is a monster of a mech. And of course, I'm going to show off all the cards and stuff here so you can check them out. It's a juggernaut. It's a super heavy mech, does tons of damage in Alpha Strike, and obviously is a massive assault mech in regular Battletech. We also get a Thunderhawk, equally massive, this thing. It is, these are all Star League era mechs, so this is what's referred to later on in Battletech as Lost Tech. It's lost technology. Things they can't make anymore because they're just too advanced and too crazy looking. And we have a Phoenix Hawk 1B Special. And this actually comes with a separate little additional piece with a gun that you put on, which I guess was like too small to glue on in assembly in like the factory. So it's a separate piece just so it doesn't fall off or get lost. Now, each of these have two modes. The Phoenix Hawk has a 1C and 1B special. The Orion has a KB and just K. The Theodore Kurita and Alexander Kerensky versions. So they're both character mechs, or you can use them as a standard Orion. And then you've also got, for the Atlas, you've got the Nicholas Kerensky, sort of like, and Devlin Stone later on. This is now almost all the way to the other end of the story where we have the Ill Clan stuff. And then we have the character cards for them as well. So we have Aaron de Chevalier, Torov Mangan, Nicholas Kerensky, Theodore Kurita, Gu Garathan, Alexander Kerensky, and Devlin Stone get their character pilot cards in here as well. So the offer is basically a bunch of kind of the start of the story, end of the story characters, a bunch of mechs, apart from the Orion that we haven't seen before in this new plastic. So we've got obviously the Atlas II, the Thunderhawk, and this Phoenix Hawk Special. They're very iconic mechs. But more importantly, we have this beautiful Orion in colored plastic with a wash and some decals for extra detail. So there's like a little like numbering and AK like thing on them. Even like the cockpit lensing and the glow of the weapon systems are painted in on this model, which is pretty decent for a pre-paint. Like I've seen a lot of pre-paints in my life, obviously like HeroClix, Click Games, the original WizKids, Dark Age, Mech Warrior mechs. And this ain't bad. Like, especially if you're going to touch it up, you can touch up the base coat. That's probably what I'll do for this Kerensky mech, and then paint the other ones. So overall, if this is something they're experimenting with, I do feel like there would be a market for that. Like if you did like just the Game of Armored Combat mechs in a separate set, and you could buy them in various house colors, like if you could buy them as like a Kurita box or a Lirin box, or you do the mercenary box sets and you do them in famous mercenary colors. So like an 8 mech box of 2 lances of mercenaries and the various mercenaries. You can just do them as splash, have them be like one and dones. People that want them could pick them up. And as opposed to playing with like cardboard standees or just unpainted mechs, you have an option for non-painters. I think that's cool. Not everyone in Battletech is in it for the painting. It's a very dense game when you play classic Battletech, and lots of people just like to play with counters and move the mechs around and have the simulation part of it be the big part of their experience. So this would just add something neat and immersive for them. And I think it's probably worth exploring. So I'm excited Catalyst is exploring this. I don't know if they're going to do more of it. I have no insider info here, but I do think it would be cool as a like a novelty. Maybe they could do them as convention exclusives or have them come out in waves. You know what I mean? As like they do source books. Like if the source book for like Kurita comes out, they do like the Game of Armored Combat lances, or, you know, a variation of that basically as like house colored mechs. It's a cool idea. And I think it fills a niche for the non-painters that are excited to play Battletech. So more power to them. And this is kind of a cool 40th anniversary celebration. So the offer, obviously, kind of greatest hits of like the characters. Alexander Kerensky is a and of course his descendant, which is Nicholas Kerensky, are both like very important figures in the Battletech lore, top and bottom. Same with Devlin Storr and Theodore Karita. So, I mean, you couldn't go further back to the beginning or further forward in time and have more iconic people and iconic mechs. I think it was a cool selection, and I'm just excited to see them experiment with new technology. They've done such a good job with the current line of mechs that having a colored mech in here was kind of like just a neat thing to see them push forward innovation wise. So there it is, a quick look at the Battletech Star League Command Lance. I hope you enjoyed that. Big thanks for watching. You can check out my review today of the 2 new Game of Armored Combat and Beginner boxes as well, and also Void Admiral and Indie Game about starships. So thanks for watching. Till next time, I'm Ash. Happy gaming.